Good morning guys, it's Adam here at the shop today at Reef Lounge in Ballymount in Dublin. We've got loads of deliveries coming in today. It's going to be a big day for getting new stock in. We've got some really exciting stuff. We've got marine livestock, we've got dry stock, we've got freshwater, absolutely masses coming in today, and I'm all on my own in the shop today, so that's going to be fun. Getting it all unpacked, getting it all acclimated, getting it all into tanks ready for you guys to come and have a look at and buy to add to your tanks if you'd like to. So I thought I'd bring you along for the ride, take you through the process of unboxing stock and show you some of the wonderful stuff that we've got coming into the shop today. And the first delivery that I've got to show you today is not necessarily one that's on the delivery list, but a delivery nonetheless. This is a little tank here, a little single tank, just with a sponge filter that I've set up for a few of our female guppies. You'll see some little fry kicking around there. We fry from a couple of different spawnings, but coming in this morning, I hope I can show you guys some. Not sure if you can see, but there we have a new delivery of lovely little baby guppies. So we should have some red dragon cobras in there. This is mum, this is the female that's just spawned. Beautiful female guppy. Female guppies are not normally as colourful as the males. That's just the way it goes when you're a fish. There we are. Females are not generally as flashy tailed or pretty as the males. That's just the way it goes when you're a fish. But she has been huge for a long time. And yeah, first delivery of the day. Quite a lot in this one actually. Guppies can have anywhere from 5 to 12 in a spawn. You'll see food floating around on the top there. I've done that deliberately. You can see them just chasing fry there. Guppies, they can be cannibalistic once they've spawned. They will eat some of the fry. It's part of nature. They're replenishing energy after spawning. These ones are here just to give them a little bit of peace and let them spawn. We're not specifically necessarily trying to actively breed guppies, but if happy accidents happen, then great. Some lovely little shop-bred female and male guppies. Like I say, hopefully some red dragon cobras in there, which would be quite nice as they grow up, so they can sit in this tank and grow and do their thing, and we'll see what beautiful colours we get. So yeah, there we go, delivery number 1 of the day, female guppies. Full aquadip range in stock here. These haven't come in today, these came in on a delivery the other day, but I was just walking past the counter there, so I thought I'd show you everything. Predominantly freshwater aquadip. A lot of their stuff is marine suitable as well, but in general my feeling is when you're into that whole marine side, you're probably making other choices of other companies to pick up stuff like this. A lot of our stuff here is freshwater planted stuff, or at least freshwater tropical stuff anyway. So we've things like H2O Maker, which is the water conditioner, getting rid of all your chlorine and chloramines in the water, make it safe for the fish. We've got liquid carbon, liquid catappa extract. So that's your catappa leaves, or catappa leaves, whatever you want to call them. There's a liquid extract there, conditioning the water for soft water fish that like that tannic sort of more acidic conditions. Vitamins for fish. We've got Active Start, health conditioner. Active Start is your kind of bacterial activator, your bacteria product. Really good actually, I like that one. Quite surprised by that one, to be honest. It's a great product. Use that to start my discus tank at home. It's really cool. And we have a few more bits over there, a few more individual fertilizers. Iron, we've got phosphorus, we've got nitro source, more liquid carbon, more Active Start, plant food. The plant food's pretty good as well. I like that. It's great, this range. Aquadip's really cool range. They do a lot of different stuff. Doesn't break the bank. It's not crazy expensive. Does a really good job for all the stuff you need done in your tank. So we have the full range in stock. at prices that can't be beaten, as always. So let's have a very quick look at prep that we've done here then, ready for all these deliveries coming in. So firstly, making sure we've got tanks ready. We've got some freshwater inverts coming in. We've got some snails and some shrimps coming in. So tanks prepped for them, ready to go. Those were set up a few days ago. Nice and safe, nice and set up, nice and established, nice and ready to take the stock, obviously in these little individual bays. In the individual tanks we'll be managing very closely to make sure that we have no problems. But we have everything on hand here to deal with any issues that we might have, and we can make sure that ammonia levels remain zero all the time, establish filters going into the tanks, fresh water, prime conditioned water, all of that kind of stuff. So tanks prepped there. We've some betta coming in today. So a nice rack of fresh betta tanks with clean, conditioned, aged, matured water, ready for them. They're little holding tanks. On the freshwater side then, all of our tanks are labelled. I had the dispatch note a couple of days ago on these deliveries, so we know what's coming in. Not necessarily everything we order is what will come in. The numbers are not always exactly the same. A little bit hit and miss, so until you get your dispatch note, it's sometimes hard to tell exactly what you're going to get. So what we've done here is, as soon as the dispatch notes come in, I've moved stock around to make sure that when we're putting things in with other things that they're not going to be any aggression, any fighting, any bullying, any problems that are likely to stress out newly acclimated, newly transported fish. So I've also put little stars on the corner of the tanks. I don't know if you guys can see, they're just in our scrape off glass pens, just so I know that that's where new stuff's going, so I can look at a glance and tell what's coming out of a box and where it needs to go. So we've prepped, everything there is labelled, everything there is ready to go, so I know exactly where it is all going to go, and I can just pull stuff out of boxes, give it a quick visual check, make sure everything's fine in transport and get it floating, acclimated, any treatments needed. And then the bays, I'd always dose something like a prime water conditioner or something like that when stock comes in. I mean, this is good practice generally even in your home aquariums. You'll see a lot of the products, even some of the aquadip stuff we were looking at a few minutes ago says when you're setting up a new aquarium and adding new fish, a little bit of a boost of bacteria, a little bit of a boost of water conditioner, just make sure that we keep everything happy, stress-free, easy and ready to go, so that as they go through the drip acclimation process and then into the tanks that they're all happy, healthy and good. Obviously when things go in they're observed. Anything that's a particular cause for issue will not go into bay straight away, they'll go into our separate individual tanks which we have at the end there that I showed you. So I've tanks set up there, tanks set up with nothing in them and nothing designed to go in them either. So we've 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tanks all set up, all ready to go, all temperature sorted, all filtration sorted, all aged water dosed and ready for fish, so that when we get anything in that we need to have a look at, that we want to observe for a little bit longer before we put it in a bay, they can go into there, and it's just a nice little safeguard and a stop guard between suppliers and stock. But you know, you get to know your suppliers. Like there are some suppliers that we'd potentially sometimes use, but we definitely wouldn't be putting fish straight into our main bays, definitely not. We'd be quarantining, we'd be treating almost prophylactically, we'd be doing various things to the stock that comes in before we put it into our bays. Everyone in a fish shop will know issues happen, things come in that aren't ideal, and these are just things we have to deal with. So we kind of take a bit of a proactive approach to that and nip any issues in the bud before it comes in. So there we go, trop side done and ready for all of our boxes to start turning up today. So on the marine side then, very much similar when it comes to prep. I've gone through and made sure all the labelling is off. I haven't specifically labelled as to where stuff's going to actually go yet. The delivery that we're having today comes from a company called Tropical Marine Centre, TMC. Is coming over from their Portugal depot. Wonderful stock. These guys are great. They send us lovely stock. It's always very healthy. We very, to the point where it's almost insignificant, have issues with stock that comes in through them. There are cheaper options, of course there are. There always are. But for us, it's all about getting in healthy fish. So it's all about getting in things that we don't have to necessarily worry so much about. Guys who are regular to the shop will know that we've a quarantine system on the way. Once that's up and running, we will be able to get some of this stuff in and we'll be able to quarantine it properly, take it through the process. Now, don't get me wrong, again, all of our marine stock's observed. We've a couple of different systems here. We've our fish system in which we do not run copper. That's because it's linked to the invert system. But I prefer it that way. If you run copper and everything, it can mask issues, it can hide issues, it can basically put a plaster over stuff that really we need to know about. So if we put stuff in straight into copper systems, we're not necessarily going to know that there's an issue until it hits a pure tank without copper, and that's generally your tanks at home. So that's not ideal. The best way is to keep fish in copper-free water so that we can see issues, we can see parasites, so we can treat them at source before they come out to you guys. So this is why we have our system set up this way. So we've gone through, we've basically taken off any labelling for stuff that isn't there anymore, anything that's been sold and the labelling's left behind. Again, I want to be able to tell at a glance what's in a tank. I don't want to be mixing up fish that are incompatible. I don't want to be putting fish that aren't good with inverts into tanks with inverts in, etc, etc. So I'm making sure that all my labelling's accurate and good to go. From a water prep point of view, this bay had a really good water change in the last couple of days. We've done all the testing on it, with our UV running full tilt, we've everything going on so that we can basically make sure that everything comes into a fine healthy system with existing healthy fish, so that we're not going to have any issues with stress, disease, illness, all of this kind of stuff. So our other marine fish bay here is this one, which is separate to the rest of the system. Now in this we do run copper, and we're very honest about that. We run it at therapeutic level if for the most part, and treatment level if we ever need to. We've things in there like our powder blue tangs, our bannerfish, we've got long-nosed hawkfish, long-nosed butterfly there, we've got regal tang up the top here. So these tanks do run copper at a therapeutic or treatment level, and it's because we want to make sure that these fish have had a sustained period of time in that in order to alleviate the problems. We're not just running it as at a therapeutic level just to hide issues. The copper level in this bay at the moment is at just above therapeutic. If we need to go in and run it at treatment level, then we will. And anytime we have any issue with any fish in this bay, that copper gets raised to treatment level, we knock any issues in the bud, and we highlight any fish that may potentially have problems, and those fish are not available for sale until they're fully rid of their issue, cured, solved, treated, before they are even offered for sale to you guys. So there's no point in hiding issues, guys. I'm a strong believer in that. It's very easy to go through a fish shop in the morning, take out all the stuff that doesn't look good, hide it in the back, or get rid of any dead stuff, all of that kind of stuff, and just basically put a smile on and go about your business as if everything in your tanks is healthy. As a hobbyist myself, and as someone who's come into working in this environment from keeping fish myself for 25 years now, it's just not fair. It's not okay, and I massively disagree with it. Like I say, we've all gone out and bought fish in good faith, and it's caused an absolute tank crash. To the greatest of our ability, we will always avoid doing that to any of our customers, even to our own detriment. If we can't sell fish because we've got an issue, then we won't sell fish. It's as simple as that. There are no sticking plasters here, there's no hiding it, it's warts and all, and you can be as confident as you can possibly be that we are doing everything in our power to make sure that anything that goes out to you guys is absolutely fit, healthy, and ready for sale. So there we go. So we've also removed a bunch of shells this morning. Invert system's looking pretty clean with a few bumblebees at the bottom. It's obviously stripped out and pretty empty because of the deliveries that we have coming in today. So our invert system, not many labels on there, but again, I know exactly what's in there. I can see at a glance what's in there even without having to peer in and look for stuff. I know when we've got compatible snails, compatible inverts, all of that kind of stuff to make sure that everything's happy and healthy when it goes in. So yeah, well looked after water, well maintained system, UV sterilizers all over the place, no treatments to mask issues, nice bays for our fish to go into that come in on our delivery today. Well, here we go, guys. The first of, I think, about 6 boxes of livestock today is here. This is our TMC livestock delivery. So, first of many. We'll start getting them sorted. Well, aquatics deliveries being like buses as they are, you wait ages for them to come, and then they all come at once. So this is our haul for the day. It's like Christmas. We've got some presents to open. 3 boxes of Amberlow fresh water, Alcatronic gear, other Dion dry goods, and then our TMC delivery. So I think I've got some unboxing, acclimating and putting away to be done. Well guys, delivery put away, settled in, all of that kind of stuff. I'll take you through a few of it if you like, just to give you an idea of what we've got. I'll go through tank by tank a little bit, give you a little bit of a tour. I won't do the whole shop, that'll take too long, and you get bored of looking at everything over and over again. So I'll do fresh water for now, and then we'll have a look at salt water again another day. So yeah, let's go and have a look in the tanks and see what we've... So just before I start, I will say this, it's the day after, it's now Friday afternoon, the delivery came in on Thursday that we're talking about, so just for full disclosure, this stuff has been in for the day, so, and overnight last night, and it's all settled and happy and looking good. So we've cherry shrimp there, they're pretty cool. Keeping on in the inverts bay, we've some yellow fires, they're gorgeous, and some Bloody Mary shrimp, not too many of those. They weren't actually on the delivery, they were in before. Very popular, they come and go. That's a shrimp stick there that's nicely moulding up for them. Messed up because I had to get in there and fish some snails out for somebody earlier on. So we've more inverts here. Some tiger orange trail snails. Really good for algae control and all that kind of stuff. Some antenna snails. These are really cool. I wonder if I can get in on one close. Probably not. It's almost like if you know your marines, you know what a vermitid snail looks like. They've almost got antenna sticking out the side of them that look like little vermitid. I don't know if I can focus on that, he's too little. But yeah, again, great for great for your keeping your algae at bay and all that kind of stuff. So in here we have black ruby barbs and zebra thorn snails. These things are cool. Look at the colours on those for freshwater inverts, really lovely, aren't they? Golden tiger barbs. I like tiger barbs. I know they're a bit feisty, but in a nice community tank with other tiger barbs are awesome. And in here we also have a lot of assassin snails. Really good for keeping down populations of pest snails in your aquarium. Every tank should have a go of assassin snails in there, in my opinion. They're really good. Well, I say that unless you've got some of our other lovely inverts in which case don't put in stuff that's going to go and eat it. Not the best idea at all. So here, some barbs again. So they're really split, not by colour because they have to be, but just because I wouldn't want to put too many fish in the same tank. So these are greens, and then wild type tigers as well. Lovely fish. I really like tigers. One of my early trop tanks was a tiger barb community tank, and I loved it. It was absolutely brilliant. We got down here bumblebee tiger gobies, little freshwater gobies. These things are cute. You have to come and have a look and see them properly, I think. My camera isn't going to do justice. And then in here we have some clown killies. Right, you're going to sit on the glass right there. You may be able to see that one, seeing as he's being kind of sitting at the front for us. Gorgeous little fish. Little killie, little clown killie. So betters, my personal favourite. I love betters. I have a bunch of betters at home. Going to be doing a bit of breeding, more videos to come on betters and better breeding as we go along. There's a little male. That one didn't actually come in on the order. That one was actually returned to us from a customer. Somebody picked him up from another shop. We won't talk about where, but he was sold into a tank that was thoroughly unsuitable for him. He ended up getting the living daylights beaten out of him within literally a few minutes of getting put into the tank, and got immediately returned. Buy stock from people who know what can go with what, guys. You know, a lot of people are well-meaning, but there's an element of knowledge required when you're selling stuff. You know, I don't know everything about every fish in the world, and I would never profess to, and if someone asks me a question about fish compatibility, if I don't know, I'll either ask someone or I'll look it up rather than give an answer for the sake of appearing knowledgeable. Otherwise you get little lads like this better that have to come back in and get given into shops like us to take care of and treat and bring back to health before hopefully we can find somewhere for him. Anyway, lovely little fish, we'll look after him. A couple of others. Half moon Dumbo. Come on, let's see if we can get one of these Dumbos flaring, because they are absolutely beautiful. Look at that. That's a gorgeous male, isn't it? Another gorgeous male there. That's also a Dumbo. Half moon Dumbo. Half moon referring to the tail fin pattern, and then Dumbo on these ones referring to the nice fluffy ears that they have, just like Dumbo the elephant. Double tail male there. He's not going to show us his double tail because he's sitting there being lazy for now. This one might, although he's in a bit of a dark area of the tent. Let's get some light on this lad. Wow, look at that. So double tail, again, like I say, the first word generally refers to the fin patterning, and a double tail has two very distinct fins on the tail. They normally hold them together. There were a few more better on that delivery, if I'm honest. However, some of those were ones that I've been looking for a while, so they're in my better system at home, which I will do a video on at some point, showing you the keeping better and breeding and where the different colour morphs come from and how they come into the world and how they end up in the stores to sell for you guys. Those half moon Dumbos really are gorgeous. Really are gorgeous. Lovely. Okay, so we have lots of stuff up here. Redhead piapos in there, sorry, tapayos, whatever they're called. Redhead tapayos in there, earth eaters, geophagus, they're in there somewhere. They're not those, obviously. Those corridors. The fish I'm actually talking about is behind them, but he doesn't want to play ball right now. There's one. Very little guys. They'll grow to be great big and huge. Other than that, we've got peppered albino cories in there. We've got panda albino cories in there. These are really going to be good for people with who can see little breeding projects and see all the different colours. We've banded cichlid hanging there. Galaxy Resporas in this tank. If I can ever focus on such a tiny fish. Let's have a look at the plex anyway. Albino bristlenose plex, wonderful for cleaning up algae. Oh, there's one of them's out. Let's grab him quickly. Black ghost knife fish. These fish are wonderful. I love these fish. I love black ghost knife fish. They're just so interesting. Just so different. Got these in there with some log suckers, doctor fish they're called. Keeping everything clean. That is actually not an albino bristlenose, it's a blue-eyed plaque. So that's a blue-eyed plaque, they're really lovely. I have them elsewhere as well. I'll see if we can get a better picture. Oh, there's one. Oh, hang on. There's another different colour variant of a self-in plaque there. Beautiful fish. Here we've green cories, just normal wild-type green cories, and naked resporas. So here's the blue eye I was talking about. So it's a blue-eyed plaque. Really nice and white, with really nice blue eyes. You won't see it on the camera. Actually, you won't see it in this bay in general. It's not going to be the best. Don't worry about the cloudiness in here. Basically, we've taken a bay that hasn't had plex in it for a little while and corridors in it for a while. We've taken a bay that has no cories in and literally introduced absolutely loads of them. So they're busy doing their job and stirring up the bottom and eating from the sand and all of that kind of stuff. Oh, we have a frog. That is a platinum dwarf African frog. Can't see him very well in there. So yeah, the cories are disturbing the bottom like no tomorrow and clouding up the water, but it really is just dust and bits and bobs out of the sand. It's not cloudy water for any bacterial or other worrying reason. So we have a whole shoal of harlequins in there. Harlequin Respora, again, savage little fish. Really nice, orange, black, lovely fish. Like those. and some awesome, some really nice bristle nose plaques. Simple as they come, nice and straightforward. Keep your tank beautifully clean. You can tell the tank's around, there you go, look, he's literally showing us him doing his job there. Getting around, cleaning the glass, cleaning the bogwood, getting all that algae off. You can tell the tanks around the shop that don't have plex in. I have a lot of plex in now, so once they're settled and all that, we'll start moving them around, getting a few in each tank. That helps to keep the algae at bay, where otherwise we're cleaning it all the time. Some lovely angels. These are veil tails, they're young, the veil tail will grow in. Leopards, with zebras, really nice. There's a leopard, there's a zebra. Veil tail, so they'll get almost so fluffy. I'll show you maybe my my black veil tail in the display tank as we go on. What have we got here? Southern green curries. Now these are a bit different. I'll be honest with you, I've never seen a southern green curry before, so I thought I'd get some in on this order and have a look. They're lovely, they're actually quite big, and they've got very pronounced barbels at the front there. They are going to be wonderful for getting into gravel and rooting out all of the bits of drop food and all that kind of stuff. Again, just like the plaques, curries are a good species for cleanup, so we'll move some of those around the place and get them doing their job elsewhere as well. More albino curries, these ones up in the water. These are panda albinos. These are nice. Double swordtail guppies. Now my camera wants to focus on the corals behind me. That's not going to work. There we go. Double swordtail guppies. These are gorgeous. These are not off that order actually. These are Irish bred. They come from a chap locally who breeds some stunning fish. There's a normal, I say normal, red tail male guppy in there, and the double tails in there swimming with him. Beautiful. What do we got up here? Neon tetra. Everyone loves a neon. In here, platinum bell tails. So you see a bit of algae in the glass there, only a little dusting, not too bad. We'll get some plex in there and they'll soon have that sorted. Platinum bell tail angels, gorgeous fish. In this tank next to it, I'll just dart across because they're here. Albino birches, golden barbs, and keyhole cichlids. Keyholes are lovely. They're actually growing on a bit. They've been here a little while, these keyholes. Lovely fish, and as they grow on, they're looking better. So I love having them around a bit longer because we actually get to see them go through those the growth stages. They're great, and the albino birches, just beautiful fish. Absolutely lovely. So back down here then, what do we got? Little blue polar parrot cichlids. This is another locally bred fish. They are lovely, little tiny things. Little small, well I say small, I mean compared to a tetra they're huge already, but they're tiny compared to what they're gonna be, let's put it that way. Nothing down there really to show you. What we got in there? Some minnows, some cloudy mountain minnows. Oh, and a really dark wild green curry, that's a big one. He's not even on the glass, so that's why he's, well, actually yes, he is on the glass. He's obviously been there for a while doing his job, keeping that tank nice and clean. Red belly piranhas, very cool fish if you're into your piranhas. So we have red tail sharks, and there's one under there doing his thing. Redline torpedo barbs, they're lovely, really nice fish. Look at the colours on the nose on that guy. Some beautiful chunky glow light tetras. These are fish that are very hard to get the colour of on camera. See, that one looks quite pale and yellowy on the screen that I'm looking at, but they're actually a vibrant orange. That's why they're called glow lights. And often these tetra species, they come in tiny, you know, but these ones, they're absolute lumps. They're absolutely gorgeous. They really are. These are gorgeous. Look at those swordtails. A very simple, say simple, a very underrated, easy to keep kind of beginner fish. There's a male there with a great big long tail, and then the females have shorter tail, so some various different colours there. Those ones with the red heads on, they are absolutely stunning. They are lovely. Over in here, some beautiful Boita clown loaches. They're stunning, and Pistrogramma, McMasteria Pistrogramma, savage fish. Bala sharks, good sized bala sharks. These are really big. These are a good 5 inches, 4.5, 5 inches. Lovely fish. In here, lemon tetra. Can't go wrong with a lemon tetra. They're yellowing up. The colours are coming nicely on these fish. And then a big full tank full of angels. These are lovely. We've marbles, silvers, although I suppose they're leopards in a way. Some alternatives there. And some gold laser curries. A couple of gold laser curries at the back there. I don't think you can pick one out. Difficult to get in on. Something a little bit different. A little bit more of the premium line, if you like, when it comes to curries. Really cool fish. Down here, a couple of rainbow cichlids getting settled. There's a few more in the tank. Look, there's one poking out from behind a rock. So a few of those. And then here, if I say the name of a fish that's going to make you think, oh yeah, they're a normal boring species, platies. But look at these, look at the colours. Got orange with black tail, and then we've got these gorgeous sunsets. Aren't they absolutely beautiful? Yeah, I mean, it's again another one where you try to get one of these to show its colours on camera and you feel disappointed by the process. Just walking around the shop and getting some videos for you guys, but honestly, they are really wonderful little straightforward community tanks, not expensive fish, absolutely gorgeous. And then we've some of these which are super white bristlenose cats, glass cleaners, suckerfish, beautiful. So yeah, there we go. Oh, here he is. Let me just try and show you. Oh no, he's gone again. The black veil-tail angel, if I can. He's going to be hard. No, I don't think that's going to work. He needs a different colour background. Honestly, there he is, just about. Black veil-tail angel. Having a little chase off with the other angel. That thing looks like a pirate ship. It's absolutely beautiful. And the veil-tails that we've got, we don't have any other blacks in, but that fish, that's the kind of tail pattern and fin pattern that those other ones will be when they do a bit of growing. So, well guys, there we go. Heaps of cool tropical fish for you guys to have a look at there. If you want to see them in more detail, come and have a look at the shop. If you want some individual videos personally because you live too far away from the shop but you're interested in some of these fish, drop me a message. Happy to get personal videos for you. Happy to chat over various apps, whatever. We can have a chat on WhatsApp, on video, whatever, if you want to view some fish. And we do delivery to anywhere in Ireland at the moment. Spend over €75 with us, and delivery of any livestock is completely and utterly free with UPS overnight. Get your animals here in perfect condition. So yeah, if there's anything we can do on that stock for you, please let us know. Otherwise, look forward to seeing you in the store soon. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Cheers.